Hi everyone, welcome back to Tech Tuesdays. I'll be covering creating a self-graded quiz using Google Forms and Flubarroo. Google Forms is an app in the Google Education Suite that allows you to create surveys for your students for assessment. Flubarroo takes that process a step further and will grade those responses for you automatically. It also will email your students the responses back on their grades. So the first thing you're going to do is open up Google Drive, and then you're going to need to create a Google form. To do that, just go to drive.google.com. Then you're going to go to New and More and Google Forms. Now in Google Forms, you're going to create your sample quiz or your assessment for your quiz for you. So you're gonna name it is the first thing you need to do. So just gonna call it sample quiz. The next thing you'll need to do is automatically collect respondents' Spotswood Public Schools username. What that does is it collects your entries, your email addresses for any student that submits your quiz. You don't want to do any of the following other ones, or you can shuffle your question order maybe if you're giving a real assessment to the students and you don't want people copying off each other. So just go ahead and create some questions here. What you'll need to do is you want to put your students' names in first. So you're going to change the question type to text. So you're going to go ahead and do first name here. And just click done, and you want to require the question. You're going to add another item, and you're just going to do last name, and you're going to change that to text as well. Now the question type is what you're going to change to text. Now look at the options you have available to select. You have text, paragraph text, multiple choice, checkbox, choose from list, scale, grid, date, and time. So just select text, and you're going to require this question. Next thing you want to do is maybe add a period, so you can distinguish on what period your students took the exam. So do add item, and then you're going to do text again, and just do. Actually, let's do this in a list format. So you're going to choose from a list. You're going to give them the option of what period they're in. So what period are you in? We'll do, say, period 1, period 2, period 4, 5, period 8. And just click require this question again and click done. The next step is going to be to add a question. We're going to do is going to add multiple choice. You don't want to add text entries for questions if you're giving us this assessment and you want it to be graded automatically. What will happen is the student will have to have the text entry in exactly how you submit your answer key. So it'll work if you're doing like vocabulary, but if you're just doing an open-ended paragraph, just keep in mind it will not grade that answer. Alright, so we're going to add a multiple choice question. What you're going to do is click the down arrow, and you're going to select multiple choice. Going to add a question. Let's see here. Botany is the study of, and you're going to put your answers here: fish, plants, cells, and the human body. You do not need to select the correct answer because you're going to build an answer key once we're finished submitting the survey. You do want to require every question though, so at the end of each question, make sure you select required question. Click done. You're going to select the second question. We're going to do another multiple choice, so click the down arrow and do multiple choice. my horrible typing here. Alright, so you're going to commit your answers here. And soil. We're going to acquire the question again. Click done. Next, maybe what we want to do is we want to add a page break. Maybe you want to break your test up into 2 parts or 3 parts. So what I'm going to do is insert a page break. So you're going to click the down arrow here, and you're going to do page break. I'm going to call this like page 2, or maybe you're going to continue at a different date. Call mine page 2. Now we're going to do on page 2, we're going to add an item. So I'm going to put a picture in. We're going to have the students answer some questions regarding the picture that I'm going to put in. We're going to do an item, and you're going to do an image. The thing about this is you can Google search an image. You don't have to do an upload. You can do a screenshot if you'd like and then upload it, but it's easy enough just to search the web for what you're looking for. So search for a periodic table here and do select, and there puts our image into the survey. So we're going to put a label into that picture. So we're going to use the picture for the next 2 questions. So that way the student gets a response back on what they need to do with the picture. Below the picture now we're going to add another multiple choice question. Actually, let's add a checkbox question. So I'm going to do that. Checkbox, which let's make up water. And you're going to do H O U C A. And you're going to require the question again. Click done. And then we're going to add one more question. So you're going to click the down arrow again. I'm going to do a multiple choice. And how many non-metal elements are there? 5, 15, 30, and 5. And you're just going to require the question one last time, and then click done. Maybe you want to put a confirmation page when a student submits. They'll get a message about their test. So maybe we'll put like, great job, check your email to see how you did. You want to show link this submitted to another response. You can uncheck that if you do not want them to enter another response in. I'm going to leave it checked just for demo purposes, and you're going to click done. Now it's going to be time to build your answer key. So you're going to scroll back up, and you're going to go to View Live Form. So you're going to submit the answers that are correct here. What you want to do is you want to be able to distinguish that this is an answer key, so you don't want to put your name in. So let's just do answer key as the name. It doesn't matter about period. And then you go ahead and select your answers there. And click submit. Okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to submit a second response just to show you the difference. I'm going to create a second entry. Going to put some incorrect responses in. Okay, and submit. Alright, so now we're going to build that answer key with Flubarroo. So you're going to need to go back to the form that you created. So you can go back to your Google Drive, and then you should see the in the form you created, whatever you named it. I just called mine sample quiz, so I'll relaunch that. You're going to need to view the responses. So when you're in that, just click the little tab here to view responses. It created a sample sheet for you. So what it does is it creates a Google Sheet and stores all the data in that sheet for the form. So you can't alter any of the columns. If you reorganize how the layout of your form is, it's always going to keep the structure of the Google Sheet the same. So keep that in mind, because you can shuffle the form around to view different students, be able to view different questions in different orders. So here's my answer key. If you see the correct answers I put in there, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to add on Flubarroo. So in the response Google Sheet, you're going to need to go to add-ons and get add-ons, and you're going to see Flubarroo here. You may have to search for it. This is all advertisement window. Flubarroo was available for me. So you're just going to click the plus, free to install it. This is just a browser application, so you don't need administrative rights to the local laptop or machine. So just click allow, and then it'll install the add-on for Google Sheets. So go back to add-ons. Once that's there, now you'll see Flubarroo is available. You want to create assignment. So it's going to do a little working material here. It's going to have you create your answer key so that it's going to grade the rest of the assignments. So these are all identifies the student's name, so you don't want to change this to skip grading or normal grading. Just leave it as identify student. Go ahead and scroll down. It'll kind of recognize where your first question starts. You can select it for normal grading, and you can weigh the questions different weights if you'd like one. Page 1 was worth more than page 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the opposite there. I'm going to make these worth grade of 3 since they were based off the picture, and I'm going to click continue. Next step is going to have you select which response is the answer key. So just select, you'll see the name we called answer key there. Just select that, click continue, and it's going to grade your assignment now. Now you want to make sure you do this after all your students have submitted their work. I'm sorry. If you do this at the beginning, it's not going to grade anybody's assignment. It's just going to grade your answer key. So you want to make sure they have that submitted. So as you see here, it graded Joe Doe's assignment here. It gave me a 37.5 total points. 3 was in period 2. This was the question I got correct, and it shows you on a scale percentage-wise of what you got wrong and right. Average points possible was 8. Number of low-scoring questions, counted submissions, and then it'll put that tab at the bottom on the student responses on the sheet form that you filled out, the Google form filled out. Now in the response sheet, you can email these. So if you go back to add-ons, Flubarroo, you can so you're going to go to share grades, and it's working. And you're going to do email question name. You want to select the username. The username is the student's email address. That collects that data once they're logged in via their Google Apps education account. You want to share method. You want to share by email typically. You want to include a list of question scores, and maybe you want to include the answer key so you can kind of give them how they did, and then click continue. Now it's going to submit the answers to them. One grade was successfully shared, so I'm going to pull up my email now, and I'll show you how the student end looks. So here's your graded quiz sample. Shows me I got a 3 of 8. Shows my name, email address, period, time it was submitted, and shows botany is a study of. Incorrect. I selected fish. Correct answer was a plant. So it doesn't give them a key that they could print out or anything to share with students. It just puts it in an email format. I hope you've liked this video. It's a very neat product. It kind of makes your life a little easy on submitting little short quizzes to students. It's a good pre-assessment to kind of see if you need to cover an area, subject area over again, or if you want to use it as official assessment, and you can get that data from that student response sheet that Google provides you. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at crasher@sps.us, and hope to see you guys soon.